another Scraplift Crafternoon. This week I chose a layout from a very good friend named Juliet. She is on the CKCB design team with me, a fellow master forger, and she creates beautiful, beautiful scrapbooking art. And this is the layout that I chose. Juliet does not have a YouTube channel. She has an Instagram channel, which I will put below in the description below my video. So I looked at this layout and immediately thought of these two collections. I don't think I have any of the 12 by 12 papers or embellishments from these collections, but I still would like to use them. I'm going to scrapbook this photo of my beautiful granddaughter Scarlett. That photo was taken in January 2016. Yes, I'm going to be working ahead. These are some cork hearts from an Allie Edwards story kit that I have in my stash. Juliet used some, it looks like it's gold and white ribbon in her layout. I'm going to use this black and white. And then I also chose this set of thickers that goes with the Again and Again. And then maybe might use something from this set of thickers. I think these might be Chanel. I'm not positive. I got them at Tuesday Morning recently, both the girl set and the boy set. I've also, of course, got a piece of white cardstock sitting here in front of me to work with to, to get this layout completed, and a cat who has been following me around all day long. Like, he knows it's time for me to record, and he literally has been chasing me around the house and running back to this spot. So looks like I have company for this scrap lift as long as he stays away or out of the way. We'll see. This section of the video, I'm just going to be cutting down my pattern papers into 2-inch strips. Most of them are 2 by 8, with the exception of the text piece and the scrap of striped. The text piece I cut in the 6-inch side because I wanted the text to be going in the correct direction. So I do that. Once I've cut them out, I go ahead and distress the top layer of each. I don't know that Juliet actually used a distressor. She might have just used her fingers or the edge of scissors to do it. I used my Tim Holtz distress tool to distress the edges, and then once I have glued them down, you'll see that I sit there and flip up the edges even more with my fingers once they're adhered onto my background cardstock. So I had pulled out that larger floral print that you see here, and I was going to use that on my background, but then I realized I had actually pulled it out for fussy cutting and pulled in this smaller print instead. you'll notice as I put down my pattern papers onto my layout that some of them I kind of put on there a little bit wonky, and all of them hang off the edge, sometimes on both sides of my background cardstock. I could have cut these down to the one 8-inch portion, and the other 8-inch portion I could have just cut in half into the 4-inch portion. But 6x8 paper pads aren't really 6x8. They're something like 6x7 1/8, so they don't go all the way to the edge of the paper. And 2, I also wanted to make sure that I had room to kind of make them crooked in places, not perfectly straight, because it appeared to me that that's the way that Juliet did it as well. And so since we're scrap lifting Juliet, I wanted to make sure that I did something similar. So once I get it all adhered to my background cardstock, I go ahead and I trim off the edges. Like I mentioned, in some places they are hanging off the edge on both sides of my background. I did this so that I could make them a little bit crooked and just give a little bit more of an artsy look for your eye to see across the page. I did all the fussy cutting from that larger floral patterned paper print off camera. I didn't figure you needed to see me fussy cutting. You've seen that 1,000 times. I added some fun foam to the back of my black and white photo, which I also trimmed down a little bit because I knew I wanted to mat it. And since I think her photo was a little bit smaller than 4x6, I wanted to make sure I had plenty of room on my layout and not cover up too much of my background that I just created. I ended up not using the cork hearts or that unopened pack of thickers that you can still see to the right of my layout. Instead, I cut out some of the cut apart pieces from one of the pattern paper packs and used a couple of stickers from the thickers that matched my pattern paper. Now, I don't have three little phrases that make a cute little title, and I just used 3 that sounded good together. My title is actually going to go on the photo itself. I'm using these little tiny square adhesive dots. They're kind of like glue dots, but it's not that brand, and they're not Zots either, they're squares. But I'm using those to adhere the bows to my layout. That cute little bling crown near my title, and in the close-ups at the end you're going to see that I took it off. I didn't like it there for some reason, although the crown is perfect for my little princess. It just didn't look good next to that title in my opinion, and so I pulled it off. Sometimes you just do that. I'm going to add the bling here for you, and then I'm going to point to where I'm going to write my granddaughter's name and the date on this layout. That's all the journaling I'm going to put on this layout. It's just a cute picture of my granddaughter. I think this is one that I actually took myself, and I didn't have to steal it off Facebook. Now, I kind of go off the rails a little bit here. Juliet did not put splatters on her layout, but I decided that my layout needed something, and so I put some gray, some dark gray, and some white splatters on my layout, and then I called it finished. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I hope that you enjoyed my video. If you liked it, click the thumbs up button, and if you are not a subscriber, I'd be happy if you subscribed. Have a great day. Bye.